Why doesn't Rielly just become a forward? I mean, like, I mean, if that's all they're gonna use him for, yeah, then like, why? Why? We love Rielly because he's a great offensive defenseman. Yeah, but you only use him for the offensive part. He doesn't get to play defense. Don't tell me that's not a coaching. They want that from him. They want that. You know what I mean? Like, they might not be telling him exactly where to go and how to play. A lot of that could be on him. But they want him to play exactly like that. They love it. The Leafs love it. They love the way Rielly plays. And he's got such good defensive skills. I feel like they're putting way too much offensive pressure on him. Way too much. Back off on his offense, right? Stop trying to force him to get goals. Let him just get them when he sees them. Stop making him force it. It's too obvious. You think Soup's going to come back strong? Man, I don't know. It's sports. You never know. I think he's totally capable of it. That's what I think. I like to go with what I think about the guys in a situation like that. I know he's a good enough player. He can come back strong. So I'm hoping for the best. We're going to need him. We're going to need him in the playoffs against whoever we face. It could be anybody, man. Who knows in the East? You guys had some solid play tonight, but the goaltending, regardless of it being a new guy, is an obvious weak point. A little more consistency on the blue line would be appreciated. You'll need that most in the playoffs. I mean, that's exactly it, man. Unless they figure out this defensive structure stuff. And that includes being in their zone, too. You know what I mean? Like, Rielly's a defenseman. Why is he jumping up into the play when Matthews is double covered along the boards? Like, why? Why? Why do they want that from him? That's so stupid. That's a bonehead play. You know what I mean? So, if he did just make a mistake and Keefe is mad at him for it, I mean, fine, but I'm done blaming the players, man. They're all bred to do this stuff. They're all, you know what I mean? It's the new NHL. They want goals, 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 goals. Their whole play on the ice is focused on how can we get a goal next. It's not a friggin' video game, man. They should have won that game 1-0. Right? The Leafs could have won that game easily, 1-0, with how badly Montreal is playing this year. If they had just treated them like a little brother that you know what I mean, is half the size. You know what I mean? If they had just messed with Montreal all night with confidence, like, we're going to own you tonight, son. If they had just played that way, they would have beat Montreal 1-0, no problem. 30 seconds in, they shut that place up for a moment. You know what I mean? Like, you got to ride that, but they don't. They go, okay, we got one. Well, we need 5 more if we're going to win this game. What? Shut up. Shut up. It's a whole mind state. I can't stand it. Nobody's comfortable without the puck. You know what I mean? Nobody's comfortable without the puck in the NHL anymore. Jeez. Or maybe it's just the Leafs. I don't know. But I see it on other teams too. Winnipeg, Edmonton, like a lot of the Canadian teams. Calgary's looking pretty good. Montreal played very well without the puck tonight. That's it. You know what I mean? That's my point. Look at what Montreal had to do tonight. 18 shots. They ended up having a lot of the same possession time. Like, they actually got pretty close in terms of that stuff. But, you know, they weren't throwing on a lot of offense. They were just keeping cool, you know? Toronto will need their D-man to really step up. First, I know Campbell may not be the Vasilevsky effect and take a game 1-0 by himself, but he could have the same stats as the start of the season. I'd be happy. Yeah, but I mean, like, you can only go back and watch the highlights, man. Watch the kind of goals that were going in on Campbell, like, after that first little rough spot. So they started off kind of rough this season, if y'all remember. It's like 10 games or so, maybe 7 games. It was kind of rough, either 2 and 7, something like that, for the first 9. I don't remember exactly, but the Leafs struggled to start the season. Everyone freaked out. I didn't. The Leafs came back just as strong as ever. They went on a huge run after that, right? Go back and watch the highlights of the goals against, all right? You won't see as many defensive weaknesses. You'll see a lot of good shots, a lot of luck sometimes. You know what I mean? So a lot of that had to do with the team structure. They were playing better hockey for a moment. You know? It's a team game, guys. You can't separate these things no matter what the stats will think they can tell you. Everything affects everything else. It's harmonious. And if the harmony is off, so is the song. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Any music guys in the crowd? Yeah, but Toronto will need their D-man to really step up in a major way. It's just a weak crease at the moment for Toronto. They could get to the final on strong defensive hockey. I don't think it's a weak crease. I think the elite in the NHL for goaltending just looks so elite that, like, you know what I mean? Everybody just wants to see that all the time. They think it's, like, easy to do. It's not. There's about, what, 5 goalies in the league, maybe? 5 goalies in the league that are actually crushing it day after day after day. You can't ask a guy to be a top 5 and still win a cup. Like, you don't need that to win a cup. So, I'm with you on the defense part, right? Like, if they get strong defensive hockey, that's all you need, right? You're taking no cap space as well. And Mikey T, you said, what do I think about Gio tonight? I don't notice him, man. I don't notice this guy. That's not necessarily a bad thing for defensemen. I'd rather not notice you, right, than notice you screwing up all the time. So, I'm not seeing him screw up. So, I'm liking it. You know what I mean? Montreal has been playing well for a bunch of kids, man. Yeah, Martin St. Louis is the size of a kid. But you know what, Thievis? We know. So am I. He's my height, right? So, I've always loved Martin St. Louis. The man's so respectful, he deserves his whole name being said every time. Right? Now I love it that he's in Montreal. I do. Oh, let him go, man. Let him get some wins under his belt there, and then, you know what I mean, when he gets on his best coaching years, you know, we'll have him over here. We'll take him. Yeah, ever since Marty took over the bench, a coach who actually plays the kids. But he also teaches them a structure. Right? Like, look what they did to Toronto tonight. 51 shots. 51 shots, and how many of them were easy enough that the goalie could see it? People think that's a fluke or something, man. They think it's a fluke. No, it's not. It's called good defense. They're literally leaving the Leafs with the best, with the safest possible opportunity, and the Leafs are forced to take it. So the goalie can put it to his chest, and everything is good. When the defense, like when the whole 5-player defensive structure is in line with their goaltending and everything's working together, you stop 51 shots. Well, sorry, 49 shots out of 51. Not too bad, eh? Not too bad. And yeah, Marty was an amazing player, man. Gio showed a lot of hustle tonight, so good. So I'm glad you guys are keeping more of an eye on him. To be honest, I keep forgetting he's even there, right? And that's fine. Like I said, I'm not necessarily looking for any individual players right now. I literally, guys, when I'm watching this game, right, I don't necessarily watch it like everybody else. I think a lot of people, maybe with their eyes, they're watching the puck, finding out where it goes, and then like trying to keep their eye on it that way. I very rarely am looking at the puck. I'm looking at dark jerseys versus light jerseys, depending on which, you know, team I am for the night. And I'm looking at the 5-player structures as best I can. You know, if only 3 players from each team are on the camera at one time, whatever, I'm constantly looking at the space. Like, my eyes, when I'm watching a hockey game, it's like watching those 3D pictures where you kind of like unfocus your eyes. I'm trying to focus on all the information on the screen at the same time. You go into like a Zen state, you know what I mean? Where you're just, like, gamers know what I'm talking about, where you're just trying to watch the whole screen all together. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I watch a hockey game. Because that's what I'm most interested in, is player position. Where is everybody? What's happening out there? I could care less about the names until after the fact, you know what I mean? Once a goal goes in, then sure, I want to know who scored it and everything, but, or if I catch a player's name on their jersey, like, that's always cool, sure. But I couldn't care less, you know what I mean? If it's Rielly that scores, if it's Matthews that scores, or if it's Mikheyev that scores, you know, I don't care. If it's a Leaf jersey scoring, I'm a happy guy. I'm a happy guy, right? So glad you're keeping it, guys. Keep going in the chat, man. If you want to talk about more, I really have like nothing left, and you guys covered a lot of the other stuff that I missed, I think. But if you want more stuff, man, fire away. Fire away in the chat. If I ever miss one of your questions or comments or something like that, right? If I don't address it, feel free to put it back. Feel free to put it back in there. You know, I probably just missed it, or I meant to get to it and then forgot. You know, so if you repeat yourself, trust me, I won't take it as like spam or anything like that. You know what I mean? I'll understand. I'll understand, guys. You know what I'm saying? Apparently I say that a lot, too. You know what I'm saying? Or know what I mean? That's another one. Yeah, well, you know. I don't know what to say either. I keep saying the same thing, and everyone keeps getting mad at me. Right? I got Leafs fans saying that I'm way too positive. I just keep kissing the butt of this team and making excuses for the goaltending. Hey, Soup! And I got Leafs fans now, the positive ones, saying that I'm too negative. And I keep crapping on the Leafs all the time. I'm just telling you what's there, guys. I'm just telling you what's there. At least it's actually hockey strategy I'm talking about. I'm not just chewing out players for being lazy or being like, how could you let us down? Like, you know what I mean? At least I'm talking hockey with you guys, right? So, that's the way I look at it. I can talk about it. I can talk about the flaws. It's fine. I'm not on the team. I'm not the one that has to deal with it. They have to deal with it. I'm just enjoying the show because they're my favorite team, and I'll watch every single game I can. Who would I prefer, Allen or Campbell? Oh, Campbell, son. Campbell. Look, kind of going back to what I was talking about the momentum and the shots difference and stuff like that. There are some goalies, and I truly believe Carey Price is like this. Carey Price is a demon for shots. The more shots Carey Price gets in an intense game where it matters most, that's when he thrives. Throwing 50 shots at Carey Price loses you the game. What you need to do for Carey Price, right, is lock down the Montreal Canadiens so that they are not getting any shots. You got to toy with them. And then you have to get your 18 shots or less. But you got to pull Carey Price out of the net. Same with a guy like Allen. You know, I think he's been picking notes and stuff, or taking notes, I should say, right? From the man himself. I think it's been good for him to be in Montreal, even if it's just working with the same coaches or whatever. So that's fine, but I don't want to have a defensive structure where I'm giving up 51 shots a game. You know what I mean? I'd rather be the team that's only giving up 18, which means I prefer a goalie that maybe can't handle 50 shots a game, but will specialize in going from 0 to 100 real quick, right? Like, hey, I haven't really been getting a lot of action. Oh, now it's a 2-on-1. Boom, I'm ready to go. And even Shalgren did a good job at that tonight. You know, he was hot when he needed to be. He kept him in it with key, crucial saves. And all of the goalies have done that so far. You know what I mean? The problem is that, you know, it happens too often. They keep relying on goalies too much, so I think Campbell's a good fit. If they'll just change the way they play, which is a lot easier problem to fix, then Campbell will be the perfect goalie for something like that. Do you know what I mean? So that's my answer, Jaden. My problem is that Campbell is not bad, but he is not made to do over 60 games per season. No, what he's not made to do is defend 17 cross-crease shots a game. That's what he's not built to do. That's what no goalie in the NHL is built to do. The hardest shot in the NHL to save is a cross-crease one-timer in. Okay? Or off a rebound, same kind of thing. The angle, cross-crease, boom. Goalie has to go from one side of the crease, flip over, even if they do cut that angle down and do, you know, play a little box style or whatever like that the goalies have these days. That's the hardest save to make. And the Leafs expect their goalies to make like about 12 of them a game. Most nights. Most nights. At least one. At least one, which is pretty much a guaranteed goal. Other teams don't do that. Other teams don't do that. And that's how their goalies stay rested, they stay healthy, they stay fit, and they're able to compete night after night after night. They're not being worn out. They get to block everything with their chest, right? They have a nice, easy night in net. Leafs goalies don't get easy nights, ever. Ever. And that won't change until they figure out how to protect them. So, yeah, you agree with Price, but you don't agree with Allen. Well, first of all, Jaden, let's get one thing straight, man. You're the Habs fan. So I'm going off whatever little highlights I get, you know, throughout the season, plus the games against Toronto, right? I'm not following your team, so you probably have a way better understanding of what Allen is than me, right? But that, from an outsider looking in, that's kind of what I see. I see that at moments like tonight, he's good at handling a lot of shots. At least that's what I saw. Yeah, when Allen comes rested, yeah, you either throw 13 shots or 50 shots, he's going to play well. There you go. So just be rested then is what you're saying. It's not even so much the shot total itself. It's just, has he been rested enough? Okay, cool. Right, but Price does need shots. He's a hyperactive tender for sure. It's been that way for him since Tri-City. The guy is a beast. That's what I love about Carey Price. I always have. I love those goalies that are like, yo, no, throw the shots at me, man. You know what I mean? Do your jobs and leave me with the shot. But it better be the clear shot. You know, don't be asking me to do flips and back, you know, Because if you don't ask him to do it, then he'll do it, right? But if you're forcing a goalie to have to be like, flip-flopping around, making crazy-ass saves, you know what I mean? Then that's what's going to happen. They're going to get worn out. They're going to get worn out. So, as long as you play a good system in front of a guy like Carey Price, oh boy, he can get you real far. As we saw last year. Because then all of a sudden your team gets more confident and they play with better skills. I mean, that guy single-handedly brought them through the playoffs. And I don't mean that he was the only good player. What I mean is, because Carey Price got them through Toronto, right? And he did. The rest of the players were like, holy crap, we owe this guy big. And they found a way to tap into their inner best as well. And something truly magical happened last year. It was one of the luckiest runs I've ever seen. But it's not luck in the sense of disrespect. It's luck that, like, I can't believe they figured out how to play that well together in such a short period of time. Just, they dialed it in all of a sudden. And watch out, you know? Olivier, how you doing, man? Habs are gonna champs in 2 years. Gonna be champs. There you go. Yeah, maybe. I don't think so. I think they're gonna move to Arkansas. They're gonna go bankrupt. They're gonna come last place 3 times in a row. All the draft picks are gonna bust, and they're gonna be out of money. They're gonna go bankrupt. Can you imagine? Hey. So is there anything else, guys? I'm going to get going. Unless you got something else for me real quick. Yeah? I'll give you like 30 seconds or less as the delay slowly hits you. All right? My latency is pretty good. You're not on that big of a delay, but it is kind of delayed. So I always like to give you guys a quick moment to see if you want to throw in a comment there. Especially maybe you, Olivier, you just got here. You know, if there's a quick question or comment you want to make. What Mrazek case? What are we talking about? Like, what's up with him? Dude, I mean, I just spoke about what they have to do about goalies. Same thing applies to Mrazek, to Campbell, everybody. Stop relying on them for everything. Stop having a defensive structure that relies on your goalie to have to make crazy saves. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Oh, you guys are answering each other's things, eh? You think Mrazek needs to go? Man, I mean, maybe. I have no idea. I cannot tell you, honestly, what the goalie problem is, because I don't get to see a game where the goalies had a fair chance most nights. You know? But the waiver could have affected him. I mean, maybe that caused some sort of extra motivation, but like, you shouldn't be asking them to have to be elite level. You don't need a top 5 goalie in the league to win a cup. You don't. Just play better in front of them. So please, Toronto, that's all I'm asking. I believe you can do it. LEAF, I believe. Right? I believe. Leafs. I believe in you. All right? I do. So let's see it. All right? I'm rooting for yous all. Even the fourth liners. All right, guys? So yeah. I'll catch you after the next one. I think it's Monday night. No, it's tomorrow, isn't it? It's tomorrow after, I think it's like back-to-back, isn't it? I don't know. Against Florida, is it? Ooh, maybe. Again, spread the love, guys. Spread the love. You guys shouldn't have to be the only one subbing along to all this. You know what I mean? Spread the love. Get people over here that like to throw out subs and stuff, right? Then they'll keep it funded and you get to watch it for free. You know what I mean? You don't have to donate yourselves. Just get people with the deep pockets to come on by that love throwing out subs. Find them, all right, and invite them here. Let them talk hockey with us. Let them say whatever they want, as long as they keep paying for it, right? Thanks, Jaden. Hey, I've ever seen Mrazek have one consistent season. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. Didn't he have one with Carolina last season? I thought that was the whole point. You know what I mean? I haven't looked into Mrazek because I don't care. I don't. You know what I mean? Until the simple thing gets fixed, I don't care about the more complex issue. You know what I mean? I don't like slapping Band-Aids on things. I like fixing the root of the problem. That's where my mind goes, and I can't let it go until I see it fixed. You know? There you go. See, it was like best season was in Detroit. Sure. Exactly. You're probably right, man. You're probably right. But you see what I'm saying? It's like, y'all are worried about the burnt pizza. I'm worried about the fact that the kitchen's on fire. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? You guys are like, the pizza's burnt. What a waste. This sucks. Bad goaltending, right? What a waste. This sucks. And I'm going, yeah, but the kitchen's on fire. So maybe the pizza's not an issue right now. Maybe we should deal with the kitchen being on fire, and then we won't have so many burnt pizzas. Hey, I just thought of that one on the fly. That ain't so bad, eh? Maybe I'm just hungry. I don't know. I've eaten a lot of pizza lately. All right, guys, I gotta go, all right? This has been a while. So thank you so much, and I will talk to you again soon, all right? Don't be strangers, Habs fans, okay? You got a long season ahead of you now that you know that you're out. It gets boring fast, so feel free to come on out, all right? You're always welcome here. You can let us know about Habs news. I like hearing about it, you know? That way I don't have to go watch the games. You guys just tell me. Sound good? All right, peace, guys.